so glad I came to New Orleans. Can't wait to see you in Charlotte. I'm like, get to Charlotte. Love to meet you. Love to give you a little man hug on my right shoulder. And, you know, I wasn't planning on coming, and then I saw what's happening. I saw what we were doing. I am so excited to see someone like Abram and Nikki do 500,000 this year. I'm just like, they did 250, which is good. It's like one finger to the mouth, but when you get like 500,000 in a year, you're like, ooh, it's like two fingers. It's like you just kind of ramp it up, you know. And I'm just excited for our team, man. And I just watched, like yesterday, we had a guy, I don't even know who he was. He's somewhere in my team, and he texted me. He's like, man, because of what you're doing, I did 5 team hangouts Sunday. Like, what? I did literally 5 team hangouts Sunday for specific teams in my organization. Some people, they're like 20 levels deep. Like, I don't know who you are, but you're working it. And they're like, Lawrence, you don't know who I am. I'm like 50 levels deep from you, but you made me $1,000 today due to what you were speaking out there, speaking into existence, saying, hey, look, we're doing this. We're making some money on the internet. We're going to help you be the best marketer you can be every step of the way. Get to Charlotte and just crush. I got off the line. He texted me. I cannot believe I had my first $1,000 sale today. And so stuff like that just gets me fired up, man. And so if you think I watch too much wrestling, it might be that. It might be from all those years of watching NWO and watching the Hulk Hogan rip his shirt off and go, "Rah," you know what I mean? And so that's the thing. I just get so freaking psyched when people can make what they used to make in a year in a month. And it can definitely happen, and I can't wait to see it. So thanks for having me on, and I appreciate you.
All right, so wait, hold on. Let me. I gotta click this video. Or this is actually like a little bit of a confusing thing in Google. Why is my mouse not moving? Here we go. Hold on a second here. Google Hangouts can be confusing sometimes. Not really. It's pretty simple. But anyways, guys. So here's see how pumped up he is. See how pumped up he is. That's how you rally the troops. You show them that you're in the game. You show them that you're in. And I've been watching on Facebook and stuff, and this is what I'm excited about, is all these people that I've known for years. And they don't know I know them because it's like they're not really that close to me, right? But I've known them for years, and I see them everywhere, and I always see them, and they've kind of vanished over the last year, right? There's a handful of, there's like a bunch of people that I know that they just kind of like wandered off and done their own thing. And in the last like 3 days, they're liking my posts, they're sharing my posts on Facebook, they're commenting on everything, they're railing up their people, they're acting like it's pre-launch again. Yeah, all kinds of them. All kinds of people are going. And here's the deal, guys. Here's the deal. You don't even know what's happening. You know, I've been posting these things because I keep getting all these messages, right? I keep getting all these messages where people are like Paul Hutchings hit me up. He's like, Dave, you got me. I'm so excited out of my mind. He says, I'm calling people like I'm old school right now. He's like, I'm calling everybody that I know because he gets it, but he doesn't even really get it. He doesn't even really understand how good it really is. He'll understand in Charlotte, but he's just straight calling his team, calling old schoolers he knows. Lawrence Tam, he's just reaching out to his team. They're hitting me up on Facebook. They're like, Tam said this, and I don't know what to think, but I'm getting to Charlotte. And then we've got, Abram and Nikki. They're like, look, this window is passing. I'm not letting it pass me by. So here's what you guys got to do on here. Number one, 2 p.m. Eastern time. Understand that. It'll be a super obvious link, guys, with a big countdown timer everywhere in your back office. You won't be able to log in without seeing that big flashing countdown timer, and your members won't either. So if you're confused on where to send them, just call them up and say, hey, look, here's the deal. Log in right now. There's a big countdown timer in your back office. Click the countdown timer right now and get all in. And they'll do it if you're strong with them because they've only got 3 days, okay? One other thing I want you guys to understand, we have a authorization process we've always had for the master's course. It's like you buy it and you have to sign a form. That's going to be there on the all-in packages too. So everybody knows. So make sure when somebody gets all in that they finish filling out that authorization. Everybody who joins the masters fills that out, so it doesn't lower the sales. It's just that we need it because it's a $3,000 purchase. So that's it with the announcements. I'm pumped up. There's a bunch of people asking about, hold on a second here. A bunch of people are asking about the prices of the packages, and I actually don't have that information in front of me. I just think it's better to put in a blog post. But basically, there's a commission amount that is being paid out on each one of the products to the people in that power line. So in other words, on the packages themselves, if somebody's qualified on the blog in the inner circle, that commission would still be paid to that person. And then the commission sections for the other parts are going to be paid to the people who are connected on those products. So people are still getting paid for things they're qualified on with the packages. We need to put those and also the master's pricing in a blog post, because I don't have that information in front of me. But what I do know is this, okay? It's going to automatically prorate from what you have right now, and it's going to subtract out those amounts from the total pricing, okay? That's the way we built the system. And so if somebody comes in even and they're new and they buy, up to the Costa Rica or something, and they say, I want to get all in, it'll prorate that price depending on what they've already bought if they're still within that window, okay? If they're still within that window. But I don't want to focus a ton on that just because I don't know, and I probably should know that. I just don't, because I don't have it memorized, and I don't want to mess it up. Here's what I want to focus on just for the next 2 minutes, and then I'll instruct one of our people to get a message out that has the specifics for this so it's clear. Okay, it'll be really clear in the back office when you click on it too, because it will automatically give you the price depending on what you've got. That's actually the easier way, is just to trust the automatic system that works, that they're putting the code live actually now, and then just doing they're making sure that it's operating the way that it should operate, is what they've been doing all day today. It's why we didn't put it live tonight. We want them to make sure everything's as solid as it needs to be. So here's what I want to focus on, is what you do, okay? And here's what you need to do. What you need to do next is get all in tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern Time and be one of the first 100 to get your order in. Remember, when you order, you need that authorization form up as fast as possible. Number one, that's what you do. Number two, get everyone in your team that you can to Charlotte. You're going to miss out if you don't buy your tickets right now. Get your tickets right now. Get your tickets, okay? Get your tickets, or you're not going to have authority to talk to people about it. People won't listen to you. I know what I'm talking about because I've done this both ways. I've tried to talk to people about stuff I haven't bought way in years past, prior to having success. And then I decide, you know what, I won't tell anybody to do something I'm not willing to do. Decide that you're going to go. Decide to buy your tickets, and decide to do it right now if you don't have your tickets locked in. Get a ticket for you and your spouse. Get your spouse with you or your partner with you to Charlotte. Get your partner there with you to that event. That training I'm doing on Sunday will blow your minds. It will blow your minds. Like the training I did in Sunday in New Orleans blew people's minds. And they were not expecting that, I promise. You ask these guys here. No, that was some next level craziness, wasn't it? That training I did on Sunday. Abram, don't you think? Wasn't that like the most next level thing you ever seen? Seriously, I mean seriously. Not tooting my horn here, because you weren't expecting it though. I know that.
Yeah, yeah. We figured out like why the stuff worked, and why the stuff that didn't work, because otherwise we were just like fumbling around in the dark trying to figure things out. But now we know like why it works, and you can do it every time.
Yeah. Well, that's the key, is being able to do neat stuff. It will blow people's minds out in Charlotte. But more so than that, the whole event is going to blow your mind, because we are going to leave that event, okay? And my goal at that event in Charlotte, my goal is I want to leave that event, and the next 30 days we are going to be double than our biggest month ever. That's my goal, and I have a plan to do it. And it's tied to some of the stuff we've done recently, but it's like an enhancement on it that is going to knock all of your socks off. Like, when you see it, you're going to freak out. That's how good it is. And here's why I know it'll work, is because I get that feeling about it. And some of you might think that's weird, but here's the deal, is Empower Network was started by like a inspiration that I had. It's a true story. And I just knew it would work the second I came up with it. And it was about a month ago. I was being pulled in a lot of different directions because of some of the weird issues that we had that, we pretty much worked our way through most of them. Actually, pretty much all of them. We've worked our way through some of the weird stuff that popped up. But here's the thing. It was like 3 weeks ago or a month ago, I said, you know what? I'm just going to do what I know we need to do. And since then, it's been the ideas have just been coming into my imagination like I'm a mad scientist. And you know what? I know what's going to happen after this event. I know what's going to happen, and here's what's going to happen. Those of you that decide to go right now and get your tickets locked in, those of you who decide to make it there, right? And you decide to get all in, you decide to be a part of that, that first 100 there, or a part of the Founders Club. Those of you who really stretch and you get 10 people there, right? You get 10 all-ins between now and the event, and you get to be a part of that special leadership training we talked about the last few weeks, or last week or whatever, right? Get 10 all-ins between the time I announced that in Charlotte, or between the two events, excuse me. Get 10 all-ins, and you get to be part of a special group out there if you get 10 all-ins before that, right? I'm telling you something, right? You guys just don't know what you don't know. This is going to be good. We are going to get everybody's leaders are going to join Empower Network. Because when they see what you're going to see in Charlotte, they can't see that and still ethically not join. They can't be ethical and not join. That's how good it is. That it's so good that when they see it, they'll feel bad about themselves when they look themselves in the mirror if they don't get in. That's how good it is. And, you just don't know what you don't know, but you know that it's coming. And I know it's going to work. And I've been getting more excited about it since I thought about it every single day. And after I made it, I got more excited about it. And after I saw the effect that it had when I was doing it in the room and I was creating it in a room in front of one of our $1 million earners who wasn't really that excited anymore, and when I saw him making a list of every influential person he knows, and I didn't even tell him to do it, he just started doing it on his own because he was that excited, because he thought that they all needed to hear about it before it happens. When I saw that happening, and then when I've seen the frenzy on Facebook over the last couple of days, here's what I believe. I believe a shitstorm of badass is about to go around Empower Network, and I just want you to be a part of it. I just want you to tear it up, right? I just want you to be able to capitalize on it, and I want you to be able to take advantage of it. And I'm telling you something, guys. These last 2 years, they ain't nothing. They ain't nothing, right? We've done, I was talking to some guys, and they're like, how much sales you done? I was like, about 100 million. And they were like, what in the... They couldn't get it. They couldn't process that. It's like 10 times bigger than anybody that they know that owns a company everybody thinks is big, right? It's like 10 times bigger in like a fourth of the time. And, it's like bigger than the biggest internet marketers out there, guys. The biggest internet marketers out there have not done that, right? They haven't. We've done things that are bigger. I'm telling you. Come Charlotte, it ain't shit, right? You need to get to Charlotte. You need to pull out your credit card right now and click that link to register for those event tickets. Get your tickets, and tomorrow be all in and be freaking out about it all over Facebook and everything, and telling people you need to get to Charlotte if you're serious about your business, right? And we will pack that room out, and from that room is going to turn into rooms of 15,000 people in 12 months. That room is going to turn into rooms all over the world, all over Europe, all over South America. That room is going to turn into a new generation of leaders in Empower Network. That room is going to create people that have not been able to be created before. That room is becoming the future. That's what it is. Pull out your credit card, click the link, register for Charlotte, get your hotel rooms. I believe the hotel we're in is already packed out, so you can't even get now. You're going to have to get in a hotel that's close to it. I actually got contacted by one of our leaders who were like, this hotel's booked out. They don't have any rooms left, right? That's how many people are. We're going to create a raging machine. How many people will get there? I don't know. 1,500, 2,000 maybe, right? Because we're laying this on a little bit last minute. But here's what I know. I know that when I went to my first event, I heard about it a week in advance, and I didn't have any money, and that event was like $300. And there was 15,000 people there when I went, but you know what? I drove from Phoenix, Arizona to Long Beach, California to sit in that room of 15,000 people, and it changed my life. This event is going to trump everything that's ever been done that you've ever been to. This event, you get to be first. I want you to really realize that you get to be first. To imagine yourself being able to go back in time, if you could have been in Lawrence Tam's shoes in that pre-launch meeting, if you could have been in Lawrence Tam's shoes in my house in Costa Rica, this is your chance to be first. This is your chance
to not just be first, but also to collect your army between now and then. You know, when I was in Eric Worre's organization when he launched in Agile back in 2006. I talk about this all the time because it was really interesting watching him. Here's what he did. He made a list of the 20 of the best people that he had met over the years, and he physically flew around the country, sat down with them, and he told them, you're getting in. Here's what we're going to do, and here's what you have to do to be a part of it. And then he like told them all these things he had to do, right? But you know what? They all did it, all of them. You know, why did they do it? They did it because they saw his eyes and they said, this guy is going to do this even if I ain't in. Yeah, so are we. Don't let the train pass you by. Don't let this come out and just kind of drive by you, you know, because this is what's going to happen if you do. This is what's going to happen. Look, this is like, living in a country with lots of trains or living in New York City. If you've been to New York City, they got a new train coming by every 5 minutes. This is like you're going, right, to, you know, you're in New York and you're catching a train to your dream future, right? And there's only one time the train is coming by. And if you don't get on it, it goes right on by with all the people who get on it, and you get left behind. Don't get left behind, get to Charlotte. Pull out your credit card, click the link, and buy your tickets to Charlotte. Don't get left behind. Don't get left behind on getting all in the window. Get all in the second you can. Get all in the second you can, because what does it really mean? It means having access to all the information that you need to really build an empire. That's what it is. It's our products. It's our core line that's designed how to teach you how to transform from the inside out. We've sold $100 million of that stuff without any discount windows, without any scarcity, because it's that good, it's that valuable, right? Because it transforms people that much. We've already done that. We've already proven it. And this is what I really want you guys to understand. We're not talking about like something of a theory. We've already done together as a team, we've done $100 million in sales using these strategies already. 100 million, like more. It's like, I should get the exact numbers and pull them up for you. It's gigantic, right? We've already done these unbelievable numbers. And 2013 was 63 million by itself, right? The year before was like 30 or something, right? But here's what I want you to understand, guys. We've proven it. We've proven it. And we're about to take that into a market that is so much bigger and so much more massive and is so much easier to sell it. The proven model, here's what you're going to see. You're going to see us multiply by 10 times. You're going to see weeks that are bigger than our biggest months. You're going to see days that are bigger than our biggest months. That's what you're going to see. And you're going to see it faster than you could imagine. And Empower Networks will be all over the map, all over the world in a way that is completely unimaginable to anybody here right now. But you got to get to Charlotte. You got to hit the button, pull out your credit card and say, you know what? I'm just getting there. That's it, period, no matter what. Right? I'm not letting this train pass me by. I'm getting on the train to my dreams, right? Because that's what's passing you by right now. Some of you have been waiting to make a decision and the train has almost left the dock, right? Because now's your time to not just get on it, now's your time to get on it and to get out there and to start screaming to everybody you know and saying, hey, you come and get on the train with me, this is your time, right? Does that make sense? That's where we are. My video, by the way, for the all-in packages, guys, is just something special. You got to see it. It's like 13 minutes short, right? But it's just a killer, isn't it, Lawrence? I mean, you can't see that thing without understanding what's about to pass you by. You guys are going to be able to create things you haven't been able to create, total product focus, and we're coming into this event, and you are going to go into that event thinking something, and this is what's going to happen, whatever you think is possible, your mind's just going to rip open. You're just going to rip open your mind, right? And I don't mean like hurting your scalp or your forehead. Keep that intact. I'm talking about your imagination, ripping the doors off of your imagination to where you don't need walls in your imagination. You need walls in the house to keep the wind out, but in your imagination, you don't need walls, right? I'm going to rip the walls off. I'm going to tear them off, and you won't have them anymore because you're going to understand something that coming out of that event, you're going to have a plan, a 90-day action plan that's going to go along with the community, that's going to go along with a bigger vision, that is going to just crank out more successful people than has ever been cranked out in 90 days ever. Okay? Promise you. I promise you it'll happen. And you'll see why it'll happen if you get to Charlotte. You'll get to be first. This is one of those opportunities where you get to be first by getting to the event. You get to be the first. You get to be in that room of 37 when we launch, but this event is more important than that room. It's more important. You got to be in the room. Get your tickets to Charlotte and get there, and let's tear it up, right? Will there be any discounts? Is there time scarcity? Here's the scarcity. If you don't get there, you're going to miss out. If you don't get your tickets now, you're not going to be able to get your team to get their tickets. You're going to miss out. And they're going to miss out because you weren't the leader. You need to make a decision to get there. Get people to see the replay of tonight before 2 p.m. Eastern time days. And get your credit cards out, set them on your table or whatever, and just get them ready in front of your computer to get all in at 2 p.m. Get your tickets, get all in, and get to that event, and I will show you the plan that's going to take us to the next level. I will show you that. Okay, I will show you that. And you want to know what to tell your team on what to get to the event, say, hey, look, here's the deal. If you don't go, you're missing out. If you don't go, you're going to lose out on what we're doing because it's never going to be repeated. This isn't a normal Empower Network event. None of our events are really that normal, but this one is especially abnormal with what we're going to do. Get to Charlotte. And I'll see you there. I'll see you on the beaches of the world. Let's lock arms. Let's fight the forces of evil. And as always, I love you. I believe you. I appreciate you. I believe that you could do great things. I believe you could do powerful things if you make a decision right now. I want to congratulate you on meeting us in Charlotte with as big of a team as you possibly can, but no matter what, at least 10.